Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brent.
I'm Jeremy.
Together, we are the CAPP Show. You can catch us live every Sunday at 4 p.m. East on Brime at brime.tv/the CAPP Show. We are on most social media platforms such as Twitter and Rumble. Please check out Linktree for all our social links. Welcome, everyone.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
How's it going?
Going
Hope
good,
everyone's had a
man.
good
How are
couple of
you?
weeks here.
Yeah, it
I'm
has
good, man.
been. I want to start off with everybody and apologize that I kind of canceled it pretty late last week. I had a family thing going on, and there was just so much going on that Brent decided he didn't want to do it by himself. He's like, man, this is
Yeah.
there's just some good shit going on with all the Twitter stuff that's going on, and now we've got Johnny Depp and Amber Heard to talk about.
Oh,
Um,
oh yes.
so that
Oh,
should be. My wife
yep.
and my daughter have been following that one pretty closely. So
As my wife as well.
yeah, but
Don't get me wrong, I've been following it as well, but I mean,
I haven't, to be
to
honest with
to
you.
to a certain point.
Yeah, but for this past week, last week I was in Florida all week for work. There
Right?
was lots of stuff going on. I've got some news to share there. Some decisions were made, and some things happened. And I'm starting to put some things in motion that we've only kind of hinted about. I mean, we've talked about it a little bit.
Yep. Oh, I'm
Uh,
excited to discuss that a little bit more.
yeah, I'm pushing. I'm trying to push the barrier on that and see if we can't
Yeah.
see if we can actually do something.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, let's start off. Man, Twitter, dude, fucking Elon. Oh my god,
Ah,
he
Daddy
has
Elon is
been
the
the
talk.
talk of the world.
That is I love that, man. If if not just for his trolliness,
Mm.
straight up. Um, some of his tweet my favorite to this day is still after he announced purchasing Twitter was his the tweet about him. Oh, I'm gonna purchase Coke and put the cocaine back in it. I don't know if
Oh,
you ever seen that one.
I did see that one.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. And then I seen a video of a guy saying, "Well, that's all well and good until you have Hunter Biden's head stuck in a vending machine." Like, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's been quite interesting. Um,
What are your thoughts on it?
yeah.
Do you like it?
So I okay, I'm of multiple minds on this one. Where I'm really I'm all for it is things need to shake up. They really do.
Yep.
Um, whether you whether you the audience agree or not, um, there is a thought idea. That's a misnomer. That's a double negative. Um, there is a thought that and an idea. There you go. That
There.
that there's been a lot of one-sided censorship on Twitter, in social media as a whole, but Twitter specifically, right? Um, so there's a lot of people that are screaming that, oh my God, free speech is dead. We no longer have free speech with him buying it. Uh, well, I'm not so sure that's the case because if you look at the censorship, you can sit and you can talk about all kinds of crazy shit. You can talk about grooming children. You can talk about trans this, trans that. You can talk about abortion. You can talk about, you pick a topic that is controversial to a lot of people. You can talk about it openly. Okay, that's great. Free speech, fantastic. I love it. But if I give a differing opinion on, I'm against one or multiples of any of those topics, I get shadow banned or banned for hate speech. That's hate speech. You can't say that. Wait a minute. I'm just giving a difference of opinion. I'm not. So,
Yep.
so whether you like to see that or not, that is what's there. That is truth. That is actually happening, right? And then the other thing is people are screaming, "Oh my God, Trump's going to come back. Trump's going to come back." Well, he's already publicly stated he's not coming back to Twitter. He's got his own failed platform, and I will openly say failed platform
Yep.
because nobody can get on it.
No.
They can't, and it's like, okay, okay,
Yeah. I tried.
yeah, stay there.
I tried.
Yeah, I did too. I tried, not had any luck.
No. No. Yeah, I tried to set up a couple different accounts and nothing. Like, it goes nowhere.
Yeah,
No.
and that's true. So yeah, okay. You know what, Trump, you do you, dude. You've always done you. Keep doing you. I'm all right with that. So that's kind of where I stand with that, and I freedom of speech is it's an American right. It's not a global right.
Nope.
Because there are many nations where if you say what you want to say, you can go to jail for it. Now that doesn't mean that you can say whatever you want to say with no consequences. That is not what I'm saying.
No. There has to be consequences to an extent of whether
Absolutely.
it's, a ban or whatever it be. There's got to be some kind of consequence to certain topics.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's places for certain types of speech, just not in general public. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. Absolutely. Totally agree. One of the tweets that Elon put out was, for Twitter to deserve public trust, it must be politically neutral, which effectively means upsetting the far right and the far left equally. Right.
Yep.
So I mostly agree with that. I don't think
Yeah.
I think a couple of words could have been taken out of that. I think they could actually reworded the back part where it says, which effectively means upsetting anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
Because that is possible. People, I know stuff that we say people don't agree with, and they're never going to agree with, and I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I
don't think we should all agree on everything all the time.
Yeah, if we all agreed on everything all the time, it'd be a boring fucking world.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
No,
what do you think?
Well, it's funny because it can't get any worse than what it already is.
Be careful
I
saying
honestly
those
don't.
words.
Look, man. I mean, I really got annoyed with the fact that now, like I say, I'm politically, I'm left and right. I'm all over the fucking spectrum, right? But what really annoyed me with Twitter was when they banned Trump. Okay, and the reason I say that, they say they promote freedom of speech, right? Okay, right, as it is, which they don't, because they banned a sitting president, or president, because of stuff they didn't like, right? Yet you still have known terrorists and leaders of terrorist organizations allowed to spew their shit all over the platform. So where is your moral guideline? There isn't one, in my eyes. So, with Elon doing this, if taking it private, yeah, obviously there is going to be the more content is going to be skewed more towards his political leanings, possibly. Right? This is what everybody thinks. I look at it as he might just sit back and go, "Hey, let's see where it goes." Right?
Yep.
He he knows, and he self admits he screwed up. Like, and he admits it in interviews, right? He screwed up the Model 3 from planning to production to everything. But look what he's done since then. Right? He's fixed all of that. He's turned something that was a huge negative for him into a positive and a thriving organization. The argument could be said that he may do the same with Twitter. Or he just might shut it down. Which wouldn't hurt my feelings. What I see on Twitter nowadays is just I stay off it half the time. Unless it's golf related, I'm like, fuck the hell.
I kind of stay. I kind of stay in the
You
scroll.
know,
I scroll through it quite a bit.
I do, but it's there's some days
Yeah,
because
there's. Yeah,
it, well, okay, it goes back to the hate speech, right? There's a huge difference between hate speech and speech that you hate, right? Now,
that's
where is
true.
that line?
Yeah,
Where is that line for each person? You're never gonna accomplish that. You're never gonna find that uh kind of zen for everybody, right?
no, you're not. You never are.
You know, I no, because we'd live in a utopia if we did. It
Um,
would be everything we wanted. But yeah, no, I think I know that when Elon announced that he was going to, I think it would Twitter stock jump up 5.9% or something like that?
oh, yeah, huge increase.
Like holy shit.
Massive increase.
That
Yeah, it was.
is. That is. But
You
of
know, it
course
jumped
then
up. I think it jumped up to like $30 a share or something like that,
I thought
up
no, was it?
or maybe
It
more. But yeah, it
yeah,
was a
I
big
thought it
jump.
was at like 30 something and it jumped up to 54.
I think in the end it did.
And it at the end, like fudge, man.
Yeah, in the end it shot up big time.
It's
You know,
insane though.
which made me kind of cringe, especially when they said that they weren't going to or the excuse me, the board was going to fight it and they were not going to allow it to happen. And it's like, come on,
Well,
guys.
look, I guess the biggest thing for me is, right, is he gonna take it private?
Well, he did. Yeah, I mean, by
Well, he
buying
did,
it,
right?
he is.
So he's gonna take it private. Now, the only concern with that is you're gonna have a lot less operational and financial transparency in it now. So of course you're gonna have all those rumors and shit come out of the woodworks.
Potentially,
But
yeah. Yeah.
but that's what you kind of have to expect, especially when on such a large public scale like this. But I think he's got the right team behind him. Obviously, he does. I mean, he secured what $44 billion in funding. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah, and
it's
most of it and a large portion of it was his own money.
yeah, yeah. Like he doesn't. That's the thing. He doesn't even own a house,
Yeah.
right? Which I mean, I don't. Do I want to? Yes and no. I
Yeah,
mean,
based on what I've read um on stuff that he has stated, the he plans to actually make the business grow and make it more of a business and more of a profitable venture, right?
so kind of more along the lines of a Facebook as opposed to well, what Twitter is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So more probably selling advertisement, shit like that,
Yeah.
possibly.
Because while Twitter makes good money,
Yeah.
it doesn't make the money that it could. And I
No.
think that's what he's talking about focusing on.
Well, he's got a lot of things he wants to do. He's got to fund it some way.
Yeah,
100%.
I think he'll be fine.
I do. Yeah. I agree. Shouldn't be an issue at all.
Yeah, it should be good stuff. We'll see what happens. We'll follow this story as it unfolds, and we'll follow the entire thing. Apparently, the SEC has already stated that it's a go. So
they did, eh?
I think they did.
I'm gonna check something here.
Approved.
Where is it? So
maybe.
I don't know. I do know that he wants to get an edit button on there, which would be okay.
I'm all right with that.
I don't have an issue with that at all. We'll see.
Man, sorry guys, I didn't tell you this, but today I'm drinking Basil Hayden toast. Finished the last of my bottle. Ooh, there's a little bit more in there. We're gonna have to pour that. Actually,
like a calf sucking from a teat. The listeners needed a visual.
that is not true. I was pouring it into my mouth, so don't listen to Brent. He lies.
What he's saying is he was pretending to shake some salt into his mouth. That's what he was. Yeah. Yep.
Such a jerk.
You expect anything less?
No, I don't.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so that's that was part of the discussion we were going to have last week. I was planning to probably go more in depth on that, but it's like, nah. I think everybody's kind of Elon'd and Twittered out.
Yeah.
For this week right now. So,
well, there's been a ton of shit, right?
There has
like stuff I don't even. I hesitate to even bring up. Now, because I haven't seen a ton of it. I did see something. Maybe you can clarify it for me. But what is this about the overturning of Roe v. Wade?
So apparently there was a draft leak, a draft that was leaked to the public on a ruling from the Supreme Court to overturn Roe versus Wade. There's not even anything that's been officially put out and stated that, yes, we're doing this or no, we're not doing this. It's just something got leaked out.
My question would be, why?
Why would they overturn it?
Yeah. Like, was it not for privacy? For a woman's right to keep the abortion private?
Well, it was well.
At least that's what my understanding of it was.
Well, let's see. So it was a landmark decision in the U.S. Okay, so basically it was protects a pregnant woman's liberty to choose to have an abortion without excessive government restriction. It struck down many U.S. federal and state abortion laws. It fueled an ongoing debate in the U.S. about whether or to what extent abortion should be legal, who should decide the legality, and what the role of moral and religious views in the political sphere should be. So what's interesting is I've been seeing a lot of women posting on social media and stuff um, in support of it. And okay, that's fine. I think I honestly believe that it should be a decision that's made between the parents to be, or if the father is not there, the mother to be.
Yeah.
Make that choice. I am freedom of choice. Because there's usually a extenuating circumstance behind why they want to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
I've I'm choosing my words carefully here because I don't want to say that I'm for it or against it either way. I think it's a matter of choice because and you can't and in this sense you can't put a well, it depends on if it's this situation or if it's that situation or what if this, what if that, what if, you can what if until eternity. You really can and never actually get to the final solution
Yeah.
that encompasses everything. If you give, if you provide choice, if you give choice, an option of choice, that is absolutely far better than no choice.
Funny you say that, because that kind of, I think, ties into something that we were talking about with the sorry to I don't want to get off topic about that real quick, but about the disinformation.
Yes.
To me, that leads into that because, well, if there's a committee that is going to decide what's misinformation or disinformation, I mean, that's not giving you as the consumer of said whatever, be literature or whatnot, the choice.
Right. Right. So
So
my scientific brain, my analytical mind has thought about this extensively over the years. And one of the things that I think is it's better to give the option to do something safely, medically and safely, than to deny it. Because if you deny it, they're still going to figure out how to do it, and it's not going to be as safe, and that'll cost more lives.
Yep.
That's the way I view it.
100%.
So, and that's
Absolutely.
there's people out there you're probably going to completely disagree with me, and that's fine. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Please tell me, what do you think about the Roe v. Wade potential overturn? I really want to hear this. I want to hear from the community. Hit us on Twitter. Hit us up an email. Comment
Join the
in the
Discord.
videos. Hit us up on Discord.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. I want to have a nice open conversation about this with anyone who wants to talk about it. You can completely disagree with us. Completely.
Yeah.
We want to hear
Yeah.
we want to hear, change my mind. In the words of the great Steven Crowder, change my mind.
Cheers.
Cheers. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. I'm of the same mindset, right? It's gonna happen either way.
it is. It is.
Same as
So
alcohol, same as drugs. I mean,
absolutely. So
you
now
have
we're gonna pull on that thread a little bit more. We're gonna pull it a little bit harder. We're gonna see what unravels. So here's where I'm gonna go with this. All of you people out there, all and if you take offense to this, you're guilty. All of you people out there that have been screaming for the past 2 years, if you don't get your injection and your shots, you can't be around me, and you don't have a choice. It should be mandatory. Everyone should have to do it. And every time we ask, my body, my choice, you're like, no, that's not how this works. Oh, but yet you're screaming now, my body, my choice. You're a fucking hypocrite.
1000%.
You're a hypocrite.
Yep.
That's the
And
way I
yes,
feel.
that right there was meant to stir up some,
It was.
because it has to.
It has to. Yes.
Yeah. And again, like he said, if it offends you, you're one of those people. If it also offends you, well, then you're lacking the critical thinking you need to understand that statement. It's not hard.
Yep. I had someone argue this on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, because I brought that up
Had
during
to
the whole
bring it back.
vaccination shit. And I said, well, what happened to my body, my choice? Well, that's different. This is completely different. That says nothing. This is not the same. And I'm like, well, technically it is the same,
Yeah.
because, and what they found, and I was right, I was 100% right, is the, so the argument was, well, if you get vaccinated, you don't transmit the disease. You don't do this. You don't do that with it. Well, I'm sorry, Karen, you're wrong, because that's not how diseases work. I'm not a virologist. I'm not a biologist, but I am an engineer. I do understand science. I do understand basic chemistry. I do understand how viral infections work. That's high school science, people. So I was 100% right because I was right.
Fact is facts. Yeah, I'm not going to argue.
Yeah. So, but if you guys want to discuss it, please hit us up. I'd love to discuss that more. Let's go into further detail. Let's explore that a little bit more. Hear what you got to say out there.
Yeah, I really would like to hear the other side of it.
It's an interesting topic for Mother's Day, but I think it's kind of fitting.
It is. It kind of, yeah. And a huge happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. And I mean all of the mothers. And I'm trying to put this in. I'm not trying to be discriminatory when I say this. Well, I don't care if you are a natural woman or a trans woman. You're a mother. You are a mother. It is that simple. That doesn't mean anything less. Today is to celebrate you and the bringing up of the children, being a mother. Now, on the other hand, if one, you have never had a child, never cared for a child, okay, and you're neither a biological or trans woman, and you want to say something, shut the fuck up. This is their day. Zip it. This is their day. Like I say, whether it's biological or trans, I don't care. If you're a mother, happy Mother's Day. And I hope you guys and girls all have a wonderful day. I just want to put that out there.
From the CAPP Show to all of you, happy Mother's Day.
I felt I had to clarify that because I don't want to get. There is a line. I'm a nice guy. I try to encompass everybody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
to a point.
And,
yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel it right, because I know on the far, you go one side of the, for some reason it always has to go to political bullshit. Right? It's just it annoys the shit out of me.
Yep.
Because it has nothing to do with politics. It's just it is what it is.
It is. I'm not, yeah. We're not trying to make this political.
No, not at all.
We just want to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day out there.
Exactly.
And hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy the families that you have.
Yes. So
that's important.
Yes, definitely. What else are we gonna talk?
So
what's something else you were gonna talk about? Some announcements possibly, or
no, not yet.
No,
not yet. Um, my wife and I, and well, my family and I, we had some conversations recently over the past few weeks, and we're looking at making a change in our lives, changing locations, going elsewhere. I think I mentioned it on here. We've talked about moving to Florida, looking at options, but I'm not going to release anything right now, but just know that I am pushing forward on that idea and that plan to make that a reality. So
I love
when
it.
that'll actually happen, I don't know yet.
Or I say I love it. I also hate it because now it takes a couple day drive into a fucking week long drive.
Yeah, that's true.
You son of a bitch.
Unless you fly down.
Yeah, but do you know how expensive that is?
I
That might be
do.
worth it though. It might be worth
It
it.
would absolutely be worth it.
Yes, it would. Definitely.
So last week or this past week, I was in Florida for work because I do have a regular job. This is not something that I do all the time. Um, although maybe one day we might look into doing that, but until then.
Yep.
So I was down there for work, and I know that a guy I grew up with. We've known each other since we were in elementary school together. Lives in that area where I was at. He's down in the Melbourne Palm Bay area, and I got to meet up with him. We haven't seen each other in over 30 years.
Wow.
And got to meet up, got to hang out. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. It was so good to see Joey again. Listen to him play. The day before he flew out, he was him and his band. They had a show going on for Cinco de Mayo, and after we get done with meetings and stuff, my coworker and I we stopped by and we sat and had a couple of drinks and hung out for a couple sets and listened to some music, and it was great. It was right on the water, so
Nice.
it was fabulous. It was so awesome to see him. And then I didn't know that the bass player was also a guy that I went to high school with that I didn't know was there. And so,
No kidding.
and when Joey told me his name, I was like, man, I know that name. And then when I saw his face, it clicked. I was like, oh, shit, I remember this guy.
It's crazy that, you see a face that long apart
Yeah.
and you still could recognize them.
Yep. Yep. So
That's insane.
it's pretty crazy. Three guys. Actually, there was four guys. So there was another guy at one of the other tables that knows Joey. He's also from the West Virginia area. He's a little older than we are, but so there were four people from the backwoods of West Virginia in the exact same spot in
Holy
Florida.
crap. Florida.
And it was like, this is really freaking cool.
That's hilarious, man.
So that was pretty awesome. Hung out, tipped them some money, because they did a good show, and it was a good time. Had a great time.
What kind of music do they play?
Mixture of like 80s, 90s rock. They played some ZZ Top. They played some Van Halen. They played some they played some Jimmy Buffett. They played what's his name? Billy Idol. Yeah, they played Billy Idol.
No kidding.
It was
they got a band name or?
Yeah, it's called Harbor Sound, the Harbor City Sound.
Really?
Let me see. Yeah, Harbor City Sound. Here, I'll pull it up. I'll share this with everybody. You guys can see this.
Well, you might as well give them a shout out.
Yeah, might as well.
Why not?
Here we go. Harbor City Sound. Just three guys. Mark, and Joey. Formed in 2016. got Joey, you got Mark, and Mark. So this guy and this guy I went to high school with.
Sweet. I'll have to check out some of their music.
So
I'm
yeah,
assuming.
it's good stuff. They're on YouTube. It looks like. Yeah, they're on YouTube.
Interesting.
Yeah, Harbor City Sound, but go check them out, guys. They're really good.
I like all different types of music, man. So
yeah, they like to play all different kinds of music. Was it they sang they sang a Van Halen song, and right after the song, he was talking about it's like, yeah, he's like, Jeremy and I, we were I used to sing these when I was in high school, and some of these, and I said, yeah, last time we saw each other, some of these songs weren't even out. He's like, yes, that's true.
That's crazy. Just looking at Twitter here. It seems pretty quiet.
I'm the one that sent you the message when you heard your phone ding earlier. That was me.
Oh, was that? Oh, well, geez. Okay, hang on then. So now, I'm assuming, is this something? My goodness, give me a second, gentlemen and ladies. What's it? Oh, I don't want it. Oh, I better not do it on there. Sorry, one sec. Let me just check over here, guys. Because my Twitter on here is hooked up to something else. I love her opinion.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wish I could pull. Can I pull that up? Let me see here. Oh, actually, let me see. Mind if I share
can.
that?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I don't want to.
It's what you get for. It's kind of what she gets for posting that.
Can you pull that up just for me?
Yeah, I can. I've got it right here.
Perfect.
Her sign says women are not for decoration. Hers says some women are not for decoration. And she works for Hooters.
So I was looking at that, and had you scrolled down through it?
I have not.
So if you scroll down, I think there's another photo that says the original one is her holding 2 cups of coffee.
Oh, okay.
And there we are. But
yeah, this one isn't as funny.
You could ask my wife, and she would tell you the same thing as some women are for decoration. My wife would tell you that.
Yeah, they're pretty to look at, but they're not all there upstairs.
Hey, double standard though. There are men like that as well. 100%.
There are, absolutely. Not going to argue that.
Nope. No, that is funny though. I love shit like that.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. I need to actually pull up that. I need to pull this up.
There we go.
Need to send this to someone. Oh.
That videos you sent me that yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that yeah, that's why I don't like those type of guns either. With the button release.
Yeah, so what he's ladies and gentlemen, let me show you what he is talking about.
Yeah, so, I didn't mean to switch over to that.
No, you're fine. So as many of you know, We are pretty pro gun here on the Cap Show. Um, and
That's an
and,
understatement. But
and
yes.
and mainly for self defense, right?
Yep.
And
Hunting.
and tyranny. Again, fight against tyranny. I want to show this. So as you guys see this right here, I want you to watch this video. So I'm not going to have any sound to it, but I want you to see what happens. Watch this guy right here. Watch him. Watch what he does. This couple comes in, pulls a gun. He immediately hands him his phone, takes off his backpack, hands it to him, and gets down. Right?
Which is exactly what you should do.
Which is exactly what you're supposed to do, folks. Now keep watching. So while now he's considered out of the picture. Oh shit. Look at that. Ignore this. You see what he did? He took himself out of the situation. They completely forgot about him because they're more concerned about everything else. Instead of reacting and trying to pull his weapon right away, he just waited. Right? So what you see here, you will not see anything else in this video. Okay? For purposes of
TOS, terms of service.
For many different things, for different sites that we're on. I'm not going to go through it. I am going to say that the individual who pulled his gun, the gentleman who pulled his gun to fend off these robbers, got 3 shots off.
Yep.
The young man who had the gun on him and took his backpack and his phone was struck at least 2 times. Do not know if the lady was struck. She left. He did not.
Yeah. That and the gentleman that did discharge his firearm was an off-duty officer.
Oh, was
This
he?
was down in Brazil, yeah. So this was actually in Brazil. And it's funny because he did everything in my eyes, unprofessional opinion, non-professional opinion here, just as a civilian bystander. He did everything that he should have done almost to a T, other than carrying the service weapon that he had on him. His gun has a button release as opposed to a lever, I guess you want to call it that.
Oh, mine's a button release.
What's that?
Mine's a button release on the magazine. Yes, most are.
See, I prefer. Yeah, I can't. I'd love to get mine, except my kids are running around here, so I don't want to. So you know how it forward in, right?
Yep.
As opposed to down.
Yep.
I prefer down. I'm a civilian though. I'm not somebody that is really needing to do a quick mag reload kind of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that.
It's it all depends on the gun application, but what happened was, and I'm assuming, I'm just going to make the assumption, he possibly has never been in that situation before. Because just the handling of the weapon, to be able to, I mean, like I say, I can't tell you how I would react in that, right? I'd like to think I'd be calm, cool, and collected. Like his training kicked in.
Yeah, he was stone cool.
His training kicked in. But even professionals, and it goes to prove there, right there, even professionals have mishaps with firearms. So what we
Yep.
don't see in the video, well, I'll explain it really quick, is he got the 3 rounds off, went to fire the 4th, it didn't fire because the mag had dropped out. He looked, and instead of trying to kinda reseat it, he retreated out the door, which is exactly what he should have done.
Yes, that was the smart thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he had a good feeling, I'm assuming, that the target was down, threat was neutralized until and she leaves, and then she comes back in, and this is the sad part, rips the gun out of his hand as he's, um, moving on, let's
He's
put it that
dying.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no honor among thieves. So she
Nope.
basically she took the possessions that he had and the gun and left him there to die.
Yeah.
It's exactly what she did.
Yep. And that's usually what'll happen.
Yep. So, but I
Yeah.
when
That
I saw
was
that, I just thought, I was like, wow, this is a prime example right here of what it means to stay calm, stay collected, uh, keep your head, keep your thoughts.
there was another video, and I wish I knew where I could find it again, but, of a lady defending, a kid, against the kidnapping of a child, another
Mm.
off-duty officer. So, yeah, it was the same kinda thing. They were outside, and there was a lineup, and this guy comes around with a gun pointing at this woman, grabs the kid, and this woman backs up, and off-duty officer pulls out the service weapon, discharges it, neutralizes the threat, saves the kid,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So,
good.
give me 1 sec, guys.
Yep, that's good. um. So yeah, that I mean
Sorry.
that's kind of the layout of all the topics we kind of had for today.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, we didn't our
I
pregame show, our pre-show game, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it, our pre-show little discussion. We didn't. We both just kind of said, hey, we're just gonna kind of talk about some stuff that's happened over the past couple of weeks.
Yep.
Nothing, no real deep dives. I know my wife and my daughter, one of my daughters have been keeping very close at tabs on the Depp and Heard trial thing that's
Right.
going on. Um, I got home on Friday afternoon and I had to hear both of them talking about it and just going into great detail. And I'm like, oh, somebody please kill me.
You know what?
Plus, I was really tired. So,
I gotta say, though, it's one of those things that I mean, I'm glad he's doing it because what she did to him did ruin his career,
it did. It did. And it
you
should
know?
ruin hers too.
Um, I was watching some of the trial, this of her testifying this last day, and I'm not speaking from experience. I'm just saying she sure looked like she was doing a little something something in that courtroom.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying.
Well,
They're
the thing
saying
is,
that when she went to wipe her nose, that she actually had put a little
so
nose candy in there.
the biggest thing with that is, you can actually see during her testimony. So after she takes the first initial, alleged initial, bump, if you will, of cocaine, um, you'll see her in mid sentence, and she does this little like thing when she's trying to talk, and they call it, addicts, crackheads, stuff like that. They call that, the hell they call that, dripping, and it's
Mm-hmm.
where you initially and it drips down the back of your throat, and it produces a yeah. Anyways, so not only that, after you could see her jaw, right? They get crack jaw. It tenses up. Can't stop moving, continues talking. She exuded every sign that I've ever seen of a fucking somebody doing cocaine on the stand. I'm not saying that's alleged. I'm not
That's
saying that's
alleged.
what it was.
Yep.
It seemed pretty clear, if you will. But yeah, that was just my opinion on it. Even my wife is like, she's like, was she doing drugs? Possibly. Well, I guess there was another video of her afterwards when they're about to leave, and she has two drinks in her hand. One is a bottle of water, pink colored something in it,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is a different one. And as one of the officers walks by, she scrambles to put it into her pocket. And everybody's questioning what she had in that container.
Interesting.
But I tell you, I think I already know what I'm being for Halloween this year. I think I know what a lot of people are going to be for Halloween this year. You're going to see a lot of Jack Sparrows running around.
Probably.
But I think I might go as Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. I've never actually seen that one. I should probably watch that one.
It's a musical.
Oh, then I probably won't watch it then. I'm glad you told me that.
No. Hey,
I hate
listen,
musicals.
motherfucker. I am not a fan of musicals. Okay? Sweeney Todd, great show. Great movie, man. Honestly,
Okay.
the first time I sat there and went, okay, it got about halfway through and I was like, holy fuck, this is actually pretty decent. I've seen it. I've probably seen it about 4 or 5 times, and I'm not a fan of musicals, but Johnny and them, they did a great job on this. Personally, one of my, I think it's one of my favorites out of all of his movies. But that's just me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she's guilty. Oh, not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of.
I never was.
This Hollywood celebrity stuff has never really did it for me.
No, I just you know me. I listen to everything.
Yeah, I'm getting
I I listen to too much shit, dude.
what the hell is going on?
Way too much. Like, it's funny because when I'm in here, and I'm in my office, right? I know doesn't look like an office with Funko Pops in behind me, but it's my office. Um, regardless of what I'm doing, I've always got other like new shit on one side. I've got uh, just tons of crap all the time.
Yeah.
And my son always comes in, hey, what are you doing? Just reading. And I hate reading. I absolutely hate reading. But I read a ton. And I hate it. But I have to do it. My body just you gotta read this. You gotta do this. Gotta go through the motions, right?
Oh yeah. You have to.
It's it sucks because I a lot of the stuff that I can retain pushes out some of the old memories that I used to have, which kind of sucks because some of those memories were fond. A lot of those memories, I mean, they were filler for certain period of lives, like all of our lives, right? You have those filler years, and those filler years start to go away. But I don't know. This one, I think because like this case with Johnny Depp and her, the reason I kind of follow it more so than I normally would is because it's the actual first time that we've seen a case of an abused man in the spotlight, and it's actually showing that it's not always the man that's the abuser.
Yeah. No, I can see the
Right?
yeah,
And I
I can
think
see
it's
that.
important. I honestly think it's important, especially when there's always this talk about And this is what I'm sorry, but this really pisses me off because I've seen a lot of videos of women saying, "Oh, so why are men so interested now in this?" Well, because men's health has always been pushed to the side, right? We've always been held to this higher standard,
Ignored. More than pushed to the side. It's been
right?
ignored.
100%. 100%. And it's sad because we're throughout the past even 10 years, the standard quote ideal male, there is none anymore, right?
Nope. There's not.
Like
You're right.
women have been told what to expect from their man, right? That's what they've been taught, right? You want your man to, you know, steady income, do this, right? But they're never taught how to treat a man,
No, they're not.
right?
It's
At first, we've had the same, right? So as men, we're taught how to treat women, right? We wine them, we dine them, we we hold the door open for them, we do all this. And this is and a lot of this is going to stir feathers, but we're not taught what to expect from a woman, right? In the same way they're taught what to expect from us, we're not taught what to expect from them. So if we're expected to go to work, come home, do the maintenance, the lawn, right? Um, what else in a traditional? I guess that would be it, right?
a
Watch the
breadwinner.
kids, that kind of stuff, right?
Pay the bills.
Pay the bills, do all that. Well,
Fix the house. Fix the cars. Fix,
yeah, the maintenance, the general duties, right?
Yeah.
And typically the role of the woman would have been to stay home with the kids and cook and clean,
Yep.
right? Which is a huge job, but men aren't taught that. We're not taught that that's what we should expect. If our partner's expecting something from us, we should expect the same from them. And that's not putting you on a different scale, right? That's putting you on an equal playing field.
Yeah.
But I think nowadays, a lot of, especially the younger generations, expect the men to do all the same things, right? Whereas they go to work, they come home, they cook, they clean, they do the dishes, they do the laundry, they do all this while the women take care of the kid.
Yeah. Which is called the nuclear family, right?
Right.
And there's been a uh, how do I say this? There's been a um, destruction of the
Yeah.
nuclear family. It's being pushed hard. They're
Yep.
trying to destroy the nuclear family. I mean, I don't give a shit what ethnic background you have. It's whether you're white, black, yellow, green, purple, orange, translucent in certain environments. I don't care. It's the nuclear family is a mother and a father and the child, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not even getting into the whole transgender thing. I don't give a shit. That's not the point. You have
No.
to have a family unit
Two
in order
parents
to. It's a two parent thing.
and
It's
kids.
not a single
Yeah.
parent thing. Now, am I saying that single parents can't do it? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the the fight has been to crush the nuclear family as we know it, and that is already proven to be the partial downfall of society. And that's
It might that's gonna piss some people off, but it's the facts show it.
yeah, they do. They do. People scream and yell about the black community. They're so it's everything's so racially charged against them. I'm like, well, eh, sure, okay. In some
No.
cases, yes, I agree with that. But that happens to any skin tone. Doesn't matter what black, white, yellow, red, green,
Yeah.
purple, translucent. And
Um,
doesn't matter. It happens to everyone. But everything can be traced back to the nuclear family to where you have a two parent household. because you have to have, it's like good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
You got to have that. You really do.
Yeah. Yep. No, it
So,
just, because I always looked at my parents, right? My mom always stayed home and my dad went to work
yeah.
until we were out of school. And then my mom went back to work. And that was the best time of my mom's life, I think, honestly, was when she went back to work after, because, she fulfilled her, quote, womanly duties. She raised her 4 boys. Right? Now she has time to go do what she wanted to do, and she wanted to go back to work. She didn't have to,
Yep.
but she wanted to, right? And I think I think society is forcing people to do stuff instead of allowing them to do it on their own accord,
Yep. Absolutely.
because it's the, quote, trendy thing to do, or you know, which is bullshit, right? Because I know people that would sit back and judge my wife for staying at home, right? Does she
Yep.
want to?
Mine does too.
Sure. Does she wants to go back to work as well,
Yep. Do that.
right?
Yeah, they do that to mine
And
as
I tell
well.
her it is her choice.
Yep. I tell her the same thing.
I've had people, well, what do you mean? Your kids are in school and she's not working? No. Why? Why? If that's what I want to provide for her, why not? That's
Yeah.
between me and her.
Yep.
And who
That is
cares
nobody
what
else's
anybody else?
business.
That's exactly it. Right?
So, yeah. With
Yeah.
that, I salute all you mothers out there.
Yes.
We
Cheers
raise a
to
glass
all
to
of you.
you. Thank you for what you do every day, whether you choose to work or you choose not to work.
Yes.
You
Honestly,
do you,
from the
boo.
bottom of our hearts. We probably, Jeremy, I don't know, you might be guilty of me as I am. Not telling our wives how much we appreciate them as often as we probably should.
Yep, I'm guilty of that. I've been trying to do better.
Yeah, I've been trying, but I'm human. I'm a man. We
Yep.
all make mistakes, and it's okay, right? We
Yep.
just we learn. That's how we learn.
Absolutely.
So,
So with that,
yeah,
I think that's where we're going to call it a day, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
think so.
We don't want to push this too long because I have ADD and my attention span's about that of a freaking gnat sometimes.
I hear you. I got dinner I'm gonna go check on here after this.
Yep.
So
And I want you guys to enjoy yourselves. So
yes,
before we take off, I always have Brent say something. So Brent, it's all yours, my friend.
as always, ladies and gentlemen, don't be an asshole unless they absolutely deserve it. Do it when you need to. Remember the 3 R's: receive, reflect, respond. Take 2 minutes to reflect on what you're listening to, then form your opinion. You're going to sound a lot less like an asshole, and you might even sound a little more educated. Just a little. That's all you need, though. Anyways, all the best to all the mothers out there and everybody else. I hope
Happy
everybody has a
Mother's Day,
wonderful
everybody.
week next week.
Have a great week, and we'll see you next weekend. Bye bye,
Cheers.
everybody. Cheers.